Final segment of ATL Day Ones with Jarvis and Tenitra. We want to thank you for rocking with us throughout the entire show. We hope you've been enjoying our little journey that we've been going on around the NFC South. We want to thank David Harrison for rocking with us and giving us a little bit about what's going on with the Bucks. But Tenitra, this is for the culture. It is the intersection between sports, entertainment, and the culture, and sometimes wherever the heck we want to talk about, because that's how we get down. Now, T, it's been a lot of photo shoots going on out there at the summer leagues, right? So, a lot of people were on Twitter and kind of going through this whole situation about seeing all the pictures of Dejounte Murray and John Collins got his hands around. I'm like, man, we teammates. We out here doing our thing. And, then Nate McMillan comes along and says, kind of give us a little, intimated a little bit that John Collins is going to be around as a third piece, which a lot of people feel, including myself, that that's a solid role for him. I think he could be a solid 3. And a solid third option, that is, in this Hawk offense. So, but I think now the question is it time to assume that Collins will be back?
Yeah, I believe we're very much trending in that direction because when you look at the dominoes that we've all been waiting to fall, right? Which really Kevin Durant is the first domino. But
Indeed.
DeAndre Ayton was in that domino effect, and so was Donovan Mitchell and a few other names. And now you see where DeAndre Ayton is. He's gone on presumably to greener pasture. Well, I wouldn't call this greener, but we'll say pastures with the Pacers.
Yeah, somewhere else.
That was one for me. But
Right.
you think about that and possibly further dismantling of the Suns because, albeit maybe not a starting center with the Hawks, but they did sign Frank Kaminsky from the Suns. So it's like, wow, they're starting to like kind of deconstruct, which probably means that's a less attractive destination for Kevin Durant. But the most important thing is as those pieces start to move, it really makes you wonder, are we going through the cycle that we went through last year, which was John Collins was on the trade block last year. And I just truly believe, based on some things that Travis Link said earlier this year, that they just didn't have the right partners. And I don't think the Hawks were willing to give up everything that was being asked of them. So then you sign John Collins and you have a kumbaya moment and we move on, right? So the questions about him being able to kind of bounce back from knowing that, especially because there have been reports that are like, oh yeah, he and his camp, they're out the door. Well, amazingly, people mend fences really quickly in and around the league, however they do. And like you said, everything looked real happy joy this past weekend. Then you see Dre come out and, you see Bogey and it's like, dang, well, the whole roster's there, including John Collins. Then Nate McMillan makes his comment about how Trae and Dejounte will be able to work, on ball, off ball, and what that's going to mean for John Collins. Maybe we keep John Collins. No.
And you know what? And now that I start to think about it, it sounded pretty good. And we'll tell you exactly where the Hawks stand in the Eastern Conference if the roster remains exactly where it is right now. But before we do that, T, tell them about our folks over at Coffee AM.
Yes, well, you guys know that I was excited on Monday to finally receive my shipment. So I can tell you, love, love, love the green tea. And that's one thing about Coffee AM. It's variety. Yes, it is a small batch coffee roaster that's based right here in Atlanta that you definitely want to check out. Best coffee roaster in the country. But low key, don't forget about the teas that they offer as well. So fresh as coffee. I'm talking if you order that coffee today, it'll get shipped today, it'll be brewed today, or it'll be brewed not much longer after that. So that's the good thing. You're talking about something that's a really fresh product, current crops, specialty grade coffee, huge selection from all over the world. So if you're that person who likes organic, this is for you. Fair trade, direct trade, all of it, that is for you. And again, why not support a local business right here in the ATL, roasting right here in your backyard? So go to coffee.com/locked on today and take a look at the entire menu. So you check out coffees if you're a coffee person like Jarvis, you check out tea if you're a tea person like me, or if you want to gift someone this would be an excellent gift for someone, especially if it's somebody who has to run through this Atlanta morning traffic. So again, coffeeam.com/locked on. Use the coupon code locked on at checkout. And you know what? You'll get 15% off. So as soon as you finish watching ATL Day Ones, and also make sure you check out A to Z with Mark Zeno, the next thing you should do is go to coffeeam.com/locked on to /locked on to get your discount and get your products today.
No doubt about it. And like we talked about, as far as how everything is going down in Las Vegas, right? The kumbaya moment that the Hawks are having out there. They're doing a little photo shoot saying, hey, everything, all is well with the Atlanta Hawks, seemingly, right? Seemingly. So, and we've talked about the market, right? There's really no one out there that can possibly go out and get that will actually make sense because, there was, the rumors about DeAndre Ayton. We know he's now with the Indiana Pacers. And that was a move that I wasn't really too excited about because when you actually look at the numbers and everything in comparison to Clint Capella, it's like, what the Hawks need. They're like, all right, what are you really gaining? So, I mean, Aiden's offensive game obviously is a little bit better than Clint. So it gives you a couple more options on offense, but where the Hawks need all the help they can get is defensively. And that's what you probably would be a wash or a downgrade if you were to have made that trade. But now that Aiden is out the way, this, like I said, the market is looking a little bare right now. And I think that, I think you and I both can agree that John Collins is going to stick around. And I think that it goes back to the conversation we had about what his value is. And I think that the Hawks value John Collins too much in order to accept what they've been, the offers they've been receiving. And I think that, just looking up and down the Eastern Conference, I can definitely see the Hawks being maybe contending for a fifth or maybe a fourth seed. I don't know if they can get into that, the top three. That'll be extremely hard, but I can most definitely see them squeezing themselves into that maybe between that fourth and fifth seed, just looking up and down the Eastern Conference.
Right. And if you can at least get to that fourth seed, then that really puts you in good position because you're obviously going to have that opening round home series. And that's always a good look because
that matters.
And we all know what the Hawks record is at home. I mean, they, except for a little swoon that they had midseason last season, but then they got right back on track and they do very, very well at State Farm Arena. But I do believe the only way that anything changes in a way that is like blockbuster is if a Dejounte Murray falls in their laps again. In other words, somebody who's not necessarily a free agent, who isn't necessarily
not on anyone's radar.
Exactly. Not on anyone's radar, but somehow, some way, there's conversation because I know there are meetings that are taking place right now amongst the team owners, right? And so there could be some conversation that comes out of that. And to me, that's the only way that we'll be shocked that the roster will change in a dramatic way from today until maybe, opening day of the next season. So I think this roster for the most part, as far as, like you said, the starting five, it may be close to solidified right about now because many of the players are already taken off the market. We know Rudy Gobert went off the market last week, so that was another one. Kevin Durant, kind of a long shot, super, super long shot at this point. So you got what you got, but it's still going to be, I believe, a better quality of product than what you saw on the court last season. And speaking of a great product, we always try to bring you one right here on ATL Day Ones. And we hope that the Braves bring a better product offensively tonight. And we hope Spencer Strider is going to do Spencer Strider things again.
The stash, baby.
He was listed. He had 6 scoreless innings the last go round, 6 or 7 scoreless innings on his last outing just 5 days ago. Give him some offense to work with. So thank you guys for stopping by. We'll see you tomorrow.
Y'all come back now, you hear?